at the Catholic Church, the church leaders of the Catholic Church in Germany. Mate, if I grab one of those bishops, I'll shred them to pieces.
Wayne and Michael, you have declared your consent and vows
to be presenting to you local drag legends.
Ser homosexual no es un delito. No es un delito.
Here's the gist of what Bishop Marmari Said is laying out. He's not just upset, he's passionately calling out what he sees as a dangerous shift in the church, especially in places like Germany. His frustration is aimed at church leaders who, in his eyes, are compromising biblical values by embracing cultural trends like flying the rainbow flag. But before we dive into his message, it's important to note that his criticism isn't against the Catholic Church itself. He stresses that he loves the church when it remains faithful to the teachings of Jesus and the apostles. His real issue is with leaders he believes are leading people astray, turning away from the true message of Christ in the name of modern values. Now let's get into it.
To be presenting to you local drag legends.
Wayne and Michael, you have declared your consent and vows.
Ser homosexual no es un delito. No es un delito.
Look at the Catholic Church, the church leaders of the Catholic Church in Germany. Mate, if I grab one of those bishops, I'll shred them to pieces for being proud and displaying their rainbow flag on their churches. Shame on such leaders. And I'm not talking about the Catholic Church. Please, I don't want anyone to take what I'm saying out of context. I love the Catholic Church. The church is holy when the church adheres to the teachings of the Messiah and his disciples.
All right, so Bishop Marmari Said is seriously fired up, right? He's basically looking at the Catholic Church, especially the leaders in Germany, and calling them out for being proud of showing rainbow flags in their churches. He's like, look, if I got my hands on one of those bishops, I'd tear them to shreds for that. They should be ashamed for leading the church in that direction. But here's the thing, he makes it clear that he's not against the Catholic Church itself. In fact, he says he loves the church, calling it holy when it sticks to the teachings of Jesus and his disciples. He even goes so far as to say, if I'm leading people away from Christ, then shame on me too. He's mad at what he sees as the church losing its way, not the church as a whole. Then he goes off on these leaders saying, when did the Catholic Church start flying rainbow flags? You're calling yourselves bishops or church leaders. You're traitors. Judas Iscariot is a saint compared to you guys. And then he hits hard with, if I were Pope, I would have wiped them out before they even knew what hit them. He's frustrated about how, in his view, the church is letting go of its core beliefs in the name of love, freedom, and humanity. He says, we're not embracing love, we're embracing Satan, and we're proud of it. He's like, I'm not having any of that. I step on Satan. Now, this kind of intensity makes me think of a couple of scriptures. For one, Jesus said, watch out for false prophets. They come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ferocious wolves. Matthew 7:15. Marmari seems to be warning against leaders he feels are misleading the church.
The church is holy. But the moment the church veers off, even if it's me, then shame on me too. You call yourself bishops, church leaders? Since when the Catholic Church embraced rainbow flags? You fools, you cowards, you traitors. Judas Iscariot is a saint compared to you. And if I was the Pope, I would have decimated them all. Before they even blink their eyes, let them realize who Jesus Christ is. And to everyone who follows in their footprints. I told you I was upset. What has become of Christendom? In the name of love, in the name of freedom, in the name of humanity, we are embracing Satan. I don't embrace Satan, I step on Satan. And they were so proud of it. out in the open, we're embracing it. Wow. Wow. Wow.
His message might sound harsh, but he's trying to bring people back to what he sees as the truth of the gospel. Just like how Jesus flipped tables in the temple when people were turning it into a marketplace. Matthew 21, 12, 13. Sometimes love looks like standing up fiercely for what you believe in. So Bishop Marmari is really drawing a line in the sand, saying, we've lost our way. How did we go from Jesus' teachings to this? He's deeply troubled about the church embracing things like the rainbow flag, which he feels symbolizes a departure from core Christian beliefs. And his point about Judas Iscariot? Wow, that's strong. Basically, he's saying, at least Judas was upfront with his betrayal. What these leaders are doing is worse because they're deceiving people while pretending to be holy. It's a pretty direct call to accountability. In a way, he's like one of those Old Testament prophets calling people back to God, saying, turn from your ways before it's too late. Think of how Elijah called out King Ahab and the Israelites for worshiping Baal in 1 Kings 18. Elijah wasn't about soft words or compromise. He drew a hard line and called for repentance. Bishop Marmari seems to be doing something similar. In the end, Bishop Marmari's message is a passionate plea for the church to stay true to its biblical roots. Thanks for watching. God bless you.